All right. Once again, everybody, welcome to another Innervision. And man, okay, just a few minutes ago, we had this big windstorm, and I was about to say, I was about to turn on the news and hear them, especially Channel 9, blame it on Trump. If Trump had cut this, we could have been warned that that windstorm was coming. So it seems like, God, it's like, I don't know if people if they hear themselves or if it doesn't matter and then they just say stupid stuff and
Think they do that so they can hear themselves talk.
yeah, because it sounds like it's like
See if anybody's listening.
a lot of stupid stock talking and one of the things we have up here is like I don't know if you heard about this, but Roger Waters got himself into a lot of trouble because he's supporting this Gaza supporter band
Yeah.
and
God's
some of
a
the
supporter band.
yeah, it's a band. It's like oh, who was that folk singer back in the 60s? I know his name. But the band sort of like took that name and added their twist on it. And it was kind of crazy. Like they're singing from the river to the sea, and they're having their followers like really get into the shouting with them. But it's like
And
I don't
Roger
know.
Waters is going against that.
No, he's supporting that band, and
Yeah.
so I think
He's always been a left leaner though.
well, the country they have no freedom of speech.
No, no, they don't. They have nothing over there anymore. They are basically a Muslim country now.
Yeah, so they I guess they want to bring him up on charges because of of his support of others band. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
England
so
bringing him up on charges?
yeah, they're bringing it up because he is supporting this group, and
Is he supporting the Hamas people? That
well,
don't sound
that's not
right.
exactly clear. It's like just the fact that they're supporting the group that does support Hamas. And I'm thinking maybe he's just supporting their right to say something, and maybe he lived too long here in America, and he just think that hey, you know, isn't it like I think Paul McCarthy and those guys they ran into trouble because they lived here and they were doing things here, and then they go back to England and they can't do that there, and it's like ah. So it's another government trying to kind of control the biggest taxpayers in their country. Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
no,
like
CIA and stuff, though, where they have had their hands in everything. It's just amazing that
yeah. So
a lot of people think that CIA and MI6 had a lot to do with the Beatles and their music and writing their
hmm,
music and also Paul McCartney.
wow.
Paul McCartney, everybody says he died in 1967 in a car accident. That's what um, A Day in the Life was about. That song's about him.
Yeah, there was
I read the
like
news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made grade. He blew his mind out in a car.
Yeah, and then I guess it was like on the album cover, it had these pallbearers and stuff, and
Yep.
it had these all these symbolic things.
And then they say that the the CIA and MI6 they groomed this other guy who was well, what's the other name they use that took his place? Billy Shears
Hmm.
is actually who Paul is now.
Wow, that
And
is,
you look at pictures between the two, there's a lot of differences you can't make up physically. Ears, nose, chin,
hmm.
but
Well,
conspiracy theories galore.
that's just it was just to put that in the same box as Epstein Black Book is now missing.
Yeah, you know what? There's something else going on there. They're, I think what they're doing is ollie ollie oxen free.
Yeah.
They're letting everybody get relaxed and come out of hiding. Then they're going to grab them.
That is kind of
I
interesting
mean,
because
that's how Trump does stuff. He
yeah,
just
because
pulls stuff out of the hat and does stuff totally off the cuff, but he does it. He makes it work.
yeah, and I'm thinking like just like here in Denver when the mayor was uh was on the list, Mayor Michael B. Hancock was on the list at this place called Sugars, and
Mm.
I guess uh there were some other like judges and other people that was on that list, and
Yeah.
they wanted to keep that pretty much hush hush. Hey, here's
What's
our
up, yo?
hey,
Hey,
what happened to you happened to me. I was sitting here just relaxed, and then all of a sudden, I fell asleep.
Are we
Uh,
live?
yeah, yeah, we're live.
Huh.
I'm alive. Are you alive?
Yeah,
Little tired.
man, it must be something in the water or something, man.
It's probably in the air. It's more electromagnetic in nature. Everything has to do with um, yeah, it's got to do with the sun. All
Hmm.
kinds of crazy, weird stuff. At least that's what they're telling us. So, how's everybody doing in the Innervision FM universe?
Yeah.
Are we almost done or what?
No, we were just talking about Roger. We just got started. Roger Waters and him
And we
not
got
being
sidetracked to
yeah, and then
Billy
we
Shears and Paul McCartney and
yeah, and
Don't forget to
Michael
visit www.innervisionrecords.org for all the latest cool stuff. And you want to be left in on the loop, I'm sure. So hit Johnny up. I guess you got a new website, or I'm
email
sorry, a new
address.
email.
Yeah, Johnny at innervisionrecords.org.
That's
Yeah,
nice and easy.
yeah.
I guess
Now,
I got one too, but I
yeah,
don't check it much.
it's supposed to be Alan at, and we got to
Yeah.
get it set up so it can go directly to you. So
Oh,
when you,
really?
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't check my mail much. So, but if you do check out the website, you're going to see some contest stuff. So, um, you can win some cool stuff. Also, YouTube is doing some cool stuff lately with the super chats. So, do check that out. There's some weird symbols like crowns and I don't even know because I can't see. But anyway.
Yeah,
you're just guessing.
yeah.
Yeah, they got stuff to keep us all guessing. Boy, I'll tell you what, we got a really big future ahead of us. Future's really bright. The best way to get there is to get saved today. And First
Mm.
Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 is right around where you're going to find the coolest stuff that explains the exact nature of what I'm talking about. Uh, Hang on one second. I gotta go over here so I'm not as close to the television because they cry and whine with YouTube.
Oh
Uh,
man, yeah.
I
Uh,
love having a big, huge house that you could just kind of walk
you gotta
along.
give us the tour of the backyard someday.
Oh, hey, I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
I'll go
Hey,
back
and
over
speaking of a
here.
big tour, Jeff Bezos uh, and Lauren
That's
Sanchez, I guess they were seen for the first time. I guess they had to consummate the marriage and in their private jet or whatever. Now that was a party that they go to. I mean, I guess the elites of the elites, all the climate change people were there saying we gotta save the climate, but
Wow.
not on my watch.
Wow.
Uh,
Well, there are those that believe that the climate is changing, and they are absolutely right. It's been changing for
continuously for 10,000 years or thereabouts.
10 billion trillion, however long they think that we've been in existence, whether it's 6,000 years, and oops, almost ran into a chair. Hey, what do we got over here?
yeah.
We'll
Like
kind
some
of
pine trees.
refrain too much from too much of that over there. I hear sound shadows, but I'm going deaf, so I have a hard time navigating that. So there's
No,
that piece.
no. Is there a Disney curse on teenage girls who have been a part of that atmosphere and became an adult and having a hard time adjusting? I guess Lindsay Lohan uh, is she's now the mother of a child.
Wow.
So so her one-year old son. So she's reminding people of her childhood as a child star to adulthood.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah, so Lindsay Lohan, who they secretly call Miss Lohan, because she does a lot of low-handed stuff. So I don't know. God.
That is funny. That
Uh,
is funny. Hey, you know what's not low handed is Innervision FM. We do try to help physically disabled or financially challenged musicians and recording artists get their stuff out there. We help everybody, actually, anybody who has maybe even a financial challenge. Um, we have been in the music and film industry for, gosh, years, I guess. Wow, years,
mm,
like years plural, like decades. Yeah,
yeah.
decades.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. So check out intervisionrecords.org.
Mm,
And if you're a
mm,
musician, man, like I said, man, Johnny's got that email address. Hit that up
mm,
because we're always looking for new talent. And AI is a big thing these days. Man, frankly, I mean, the whole market is saturated with it. It's slop, it's
mm,
filth, but it sure is fun.
mm.
So, we do
Speaking,
some good stuff with AI in music and stuff. In fact, AI, fortunately, fortunately, I guess you might say, we'll leave it there. It will employ a lot of folk eventually. So,
mm,
uh, we have a window, we have a way in because we, the blind, we oftentimes, what is it? We think like an AI. The reason why I say that is because we're logical, analytical, one, zero, on, off, yes, no. We've always been told as a society, kind of, sort of, I don't have the right words. Sit over here. You don't belong. Group up over here with these folks over here. They'll make you strong. And somehow in the mix, we're still unemployed. So we do aim to really change that. I mean, make things different.
mm,
Honestly, honestly make things different. Well, how does that work? Distributed accountability networks. Oh, I don't know. Or if you prefer something or other, something to do with the needy. Distributed associative needy. I don't know, whatever. I mean, man, acronyms, titles, none of that matters. What does matter is 3 million souls, and they got to get employed. You know, and what really matters is 8.2 billion souls. They got to get saved. But that's just in my way of thinking. I mean, I realize that there are folks that
No.
don't subscribe to that. That's okay, because we can work with anybody and everybody.
And
We love everybody.
we have someone else who needs to get saved. It's called Baby Boy Broadus. I guess it's a new French bulldog of Snoop Dogg's, and he's living the rich life.
What's up with that?
Well, he just got a new puppy, and he developed a Instagram channel for his new dog here.
Okay.
Uh, he's taking the dog everywhere with him, this French poodle, to the studio on the airline. And then he said, as he fed his new puppy, um, uh, I guess rich food. And I'm kind of thinking, like, what do you feed a pit bull? I mean, other than uh, uh, you know, uh, now that when we domesticate them, we cook their food, and dogs don't like cooked food. I mean, they grow accustomed to it because we cook it, but they really they really don't need it. But so
Yeah, brown burnt balls of bone and muscle and meat. Nah, it's not any fun for them. I mean, but they'll eat it. It's kind of like top ramen. They'll eat it, but it ain't good for them. But there is,
uh,
carrots there, carrots and apples and celery. And,
yeah.
well, I don't know about celery.
Yeah, let us know what you feed your French poodle
Yeah, what do you
or
feed them?
French bulldog, not French poodle. That'd be what a combination. Or your
Or even
dog.
a pit bull, like you said earlier, too. I mean, man, what do you
Yeah,
feed? What do you feed such a big animal? A pit? Holy schmoly!
yeah, man.
I,
So
I feed my dog. He's a yellow lab. I feed him just dog food. And I mean, these dogs here, they eat chicken bones, they eat rice, they eat everything.
yeah.
Wow.
Pork, they you ain't supposed to be feeding them that, and well, that's what they
Yeah.
get though.
Yeah, they're always waiting underneath the table for the scraps. And it's like, I say, good luck.
Yeah, I guess being
Um,
blind, I learned early that 100% of all living things die. It might be in the water, might be in the air, might be in the food, might be in all of it, but we all kick off someday. And I think probably everything's good in moderation, maybe. You know, got to be careful with some things, obviously, especially with dogs. You got to make sure they can eat it. Can't give them potatoes, can't give them French fries,
Can't give them
but
onions,
no,
can't give them onions.
grapes,
No grapes,
chocolate.
no chocolate. So
well,
there are some things that you got to watch out for. You got to be careful. Consult a veterinarian. Of course, I've got to say that kind of thing, especially
Why
since we're
can't
on
you
the
give them potatoes?
something about solanine. I
hmm,
can't remember, man. My brain's too small. I did too many drinks back in the day, and
hmm.
who knows? I might have puffed a few too many too.
I've never heard that about potatoes before.
Yeah, check that
My
out.
dog eats potatoes all the time.
Yeah, well, you know what I did too. They were at least cooked.
Well, yeah, they cook.
Yeah,
I don't think he would eat a raw one.
yeah, dude, they do. They do, man. There's just one dog, man, that he would wait until I would drop one. He would snatch that sucker before it even hit the ground. I'm like, dude, you can't eat raw potatoes. Never
Huh.
killed him, but they say it's bad for him, so I just try to steer clear of that.
You get,
Grapes, especially raisins, things like this. Even one raisin might conceivably hurt a little dog, so got to be careful. Consult your veterinarian and all that
yeah. Well, the scorn of a woman, or is the scorn of a woman, or a woman wanting to uh, become more private than what she was in her first relationship, um, star to star. Cardi B has erased her new lover off of her all of her social media, and some say it's to promote her latest album. Um, so. So after she made his relationship public, and I guess if you get with a I guess a Hollywood star or rock star or whatever, I wonder if they have to sit you down and say, okay, you have to go along with our publicity stuff because this is just part of being you know in the limelight and keeping people interested.
It's interesting because working with folks in the music industry, people are different from uh, state to state, obviously, here in America.
Mhm.
Uh, that's magnified when you get worldwide. So,
Mhm.
for instance, there are European musicians that maybe come over, for instance.
Mhm.
They don't know that they've got to set up an LLC or they've got to set up, this kind of contract so that their material is protected. And so
Mhm.
lots of times they'll get taken for a ride. It's similar in the music industry in relationships because the pervasive idea because you just spend money. So, I mean, sudden money is the death of all good things, all relationships, all this, that, and the other. Sudden money, unless you know how to manage money yourself. And one other thing, money only unmasks who you are. So if you had an open heart and an open hand in the beginning and you get sudden money, well, maybe things might be different if you have a good head on your shoulders. You gotta be scripturally grounded and all kinds of craziness. Because otherwise we're just human. We'll run off the rails, man. If I just suddenly had $50 million to go,
Mm.
I'd
Yeah.
get Oh, dude, I'd get the I'd get the distributed accountability networks up off the ground. I'd get the
Now I
disabled
can
and
rule the world.
yes, seriously, if I'd get the
Mm.
disabled and needy distribution hubs and stuff. Oh, dude,
Oh
I'd
man.
buy a church.
Oh
I would start one. I'd just buy one.
yes. So am I the drama? Stay tuned for that upcoming album with Cardi B. So, and put your thoughts below. Is this a publicity stunt, or do you think he'll reappear after the album comes back out?
Yes, and
You guys see
also
Kurt
listen.
Russell?
Huh?
Kurt Russell, who's the one that was on Roseanne Barr
Hmm.
and I is it Mel Gibson? But
Gentlemen.
they're forming a non-woke alliance of actors.
Whoa.
Hey,
Whoa, that's some
hey,
craziness right
that sounds
there.
good.
You know,
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing. We do need to embrace the strange. We should all get along, left, right, center, because these systems that are currently these days, they're created systems. Really, is all they are. We did our best in 1776 to make a good, right, and true foundation, knowing that the Republican and Democratic Party existed. And it was hoped that there would be a good balance struck and it would stay struck as long as there was a good moral framework and a good moral structure that was based around something we could all get along with. I guess accepting it, I guess is the best way of putting
Hmm.
it. So, they push the God stuff. Uh, all of our laws, all of our foundational principles are at least religiously based, meaning not religion as in "Ooh, do this, do that, do the other, but more around the codes of law and philosophy. And man, look into the Magna Carta, look into the deep history that that formed and shaped the stuff before the nation, as well as how the nation was truly formed. Have an open mind when you do it, because you're going to learn a lot of stuff you never knew.
Yeah. And this is one thing that the founding father never could have foreseen. Tom Brady dating an A-lister.
Isn't that crazy?
Uh,
Tell me about that. Tom Brady is dating whom?
A-lister. The
Yeah,
name is
whom?
not. I don't know. I don't
Oh, it's
know.
not. It's unlisted. A lister, an
But it's a
unlisted A
rumor. It's
lister.
a rumor. It's a rumor that he's dating.
Oh,
So they won't put out the name yet because it's just a rumor.
well, well, well. Well, stay tuned for that. We'll try to stay on top of that.
And then
Um,
this guy, I never heard of him, but he's on this guy is on the Food Network, and his name is Ann Burrell, cause of death revealed. Now, if you know his cause of death, and hopefully it wasn't any of the food that he had on the show, uh, it's like put it down there, put it below.
yeah, put
Anyway,
it below.
yeah, yeah. Now, this is
First thing
another
he
one.
said was, "Follow me for more recipes."
Yeah, man, it's like, gee, man. One of those recall, something, yeah, gee,
Well, now
man.
that we live in the modern age of AI, you can literally take somebody's voice and you can clone it and make it talk to you at night when you're
Yeah,
lonely.
yeah,
uh,
man. Man,
Sorry, guys.
now, okay. But don't recall any of the Krispy Kreme donuts and go get your box. Use our link
Yeah.
on our website, innervisionrecords.org,
Yep.
and get yourself a dozen Krispy Kreme
Yep.
donuts.
Yep. And don't forget the movie tickets. Are they still available? I think
No,
through.
we
No.
close that down. We'll start that up again, maybe like close to Christmas time.
Okay, cool.
So,
Yeah, that sounds good. If there's good demand for something you want, let us know in the comments as well.
mm,
I mean, we are listener supported. And so every time you do purchase a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, we do get a little bit of a kickback. So we appreciate your donations. They are going into the right place, because whether it's
mm,
my distributed accountability networks or disabled associative needy whatever distribution centers, whatever I got going on, man, you can be rest assured that I'm working for you. I'm a public figure now, so when we were talking earlier about like getting a big head and doing all that stuff, y'all keep me accountable, yeah?
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so that's gonna do it for tonight. I have a game night to go to at our community center. I don't know what kind of games. I hope it's not bingo though. Like, oh well. Okay, we'll see what it is gonna be tonight. So anyway, so what's your plans for the rest of the evening?
Work.
Work, more work, and
Work.
more.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got to get 3 million people employed, not Alan
Yeah,
Colvin alone, but I've got to, find the people that are willing to share the vision with me. And,
yeah.
it'd be cool if
Mm.
I could do a little
So.
bit of, hey,
Yeah.
you get saved today.
Yeah. So, hey, so as we end our day, hey, Joe, you're starting your day.
Starting, yes.
Yep. Yep. He's a
I
Yeah.
got a
resident
friend
time
coming over who's
traveler.
going to try to get all the avocados off the tree, so I'm not
Oh,
having them.
yeah.
My
They're
favorite.
all
I love
falling now.
avocados. Oh man, my favorite.
Oh
Just missed
no.
the rhubarb over here. So
Oh,
yeah.
I miss the rhubarb terribly. I haven't had rhubarb in a long time.
Yeah, this stuff got
Can't get
all
it
eaten
here.
up. This stuff got all eaten up by bugs.